Okay, so now these guys are going to start in, and pretty soon they will run some patterns, level 1, level 2. Some of them might work a little more on that. And then I'm going to talk about where we have gone with Mountain Trail on an international level and a local level for you guys. Okay, go ahead and start in, and my wife will make sure that you keep going. So what happened is my wife grew up with horses. She was born, when she came out of the womb, she had a pair of reins in her hand and a crop in her other hand. You know, she's born horse. You can't help it. She has horse-itis through and through. She worries about every single horse on the farm more than anyone I've ever seen, and has a true love for them that I've never seen in anyone else. I'm just saying that's my wife. Love her to death. And so we saw a novel concept, and then we got looking at it 5 years ago, and we said, we think we can turn this into an international new discipline. So what I want you to do, Kelly, is no, I don't want you to do that. I was going to say just follow me over. We thought we can put this into an international, here, Kelly, just turn around and follow me right over. We can take this to an international discipline. I know, just follow me over. And so we started in to define the rules for the judging. Because without a set of defined rules for judging, you really have no discipline. Okay, he'll follow Mayor. Well, wait a minute. Oh, Kelly, look at that. He went over. He does. And so our goal was to turn this in to an international discipline called Mountain Trail. Sometimes it's called Extreme Mountain Trail, but we've gone pretty much from that and call it just Mountain Trail. It is for the recreational rider. I'm an AQHA professional horseman. What percentage of our members do you think show? 3%. Only 3% of our members show. Trail Challenges, my wife and I, along with George Phillips, we started that, which is now gone. But only 3% of our members show. So how do we get people involved in this? And we were looking for the recreational rider that was available to everyone. Now, what's really amazing is in each of our disciplines now, in reining, you need a horse that can move a certain way and have certain skills and certain abilities. In Western pleasure, you need a horse that has a certain look. In a hunter jumper, you need a horse that can jump, obviously. Dressage, we're looking for a certain horse, that big elegant movement. My wife's horse floats, 17.3, big, beautiful trot. But what about those horses that don't make it? Do you realize only one horse out of 10,000 bred for reining make it? 1 out of 10,000. On the racetrack, only 3 to 4% of them make it. What happens to all the other horses? They might have a nice mind, but it just doesn't happen for the discipline. This discipline here, we're not looking for a certain movement. We're looking for a horse that can boldly and confidently and safely go down the trail. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're English and you want to go for a hack, or you're for a Western that you want to go cool your horses down. We want the very same thing: bold, confident, and safe. We're not looking for that movement, like I said. So this discipline here will take all those horses that might not make it for a Western pleasure or a reiner, and they can come and compete in this and do extremely well. It's also an incredible discipline for cross-training. We work with a lot of jumpers. Some of those are 4-bar jumpers, very expensive horses that just somehow lose it or get so strong that they're hardly rideable. But if you can get on them, you can win, because they can jump 4-bar, which is 6'9". They can do it triples. but then they lose it. We can take those very same horses, using our philosophy, which some of you heard about at 11 o'clock, and we can, what I call, rehab those horses and take them back to the show pen, and they do fantastic. I have a little mare in Italy who had lost it in the show ring for reining. This here put her mind back, and she's now back in the show ring doing fantastic. It makes them aware of where their feet are. I think one of the biggest thing, though, it makes a person learn how to begin to trust their horse. If you're riding a jumper, you have to trust that horse will jump when you come to that jump. If you're riding a reiner, you got to pray that it's going to slide to a stop or else hit the wall. On a roping horse, you've got to pray and trust that horse will stop when you rope something. So this discipline here will take those horses and give them a whole nother life. Often we have jumpers that come in that they're coming back from an injury and they say it's sound, but it's not sound enough to go back to the jumping pen. Here's a discipline that people can now come in and show it and have a lot of fun. And the last thing is, it's great fun. And often we have forgotten in the horse world that this is fun. And so this is really putting the fun back into the show ring. And I think that is so, so vital to everything we do. Okay, so what are we looking for exactly on these people here? Kelly's got her hands full. How many of you have been on a horse that's just a knothead like her horse is being right now? We can all relate to that, can't we? Okay, we can all relate. Now, what's interesting, she maintains her composure. You know, instead of looking great, her horse making her look great, her horse is making her look great because she's keeping her cool and saying, you know what? It's just not your day, but we still can go forward. And she still has a smile. It's just like, what horse showed up here today? You ride the horse you got that day. Yes. I used him at my 11 o'clock, and he did actually pretty well. Pretty well. So we're looking for a horse on these obstacles to come in one horse length straight. It's very objective, judged system. They have to come in one horse length straight and in the center. If they're not in the center, it's a -1 point. If they're off center during the obstacle, it's -1 point for every horse length in that obstacle. If they don't come in one horse length straight, that's also a deduct. But if they get into the obstacle safely, they still get a ½ point. The judging system starts at 70. Everything is plus or minus from that. I won't go into the scoring system a lot, but it's very objectively judged. So when you walk out of that show ring, you shouldn't wonder, why did I get a 60? You know. It's not what was the judge looking for, is what did I do right or wrong. In hand, as we see this young lady here doing, it's a real art. We like to see the people start in hand. We like a nice forward go. Mountain trail should be the epitome of the perfect mountain trail horse that can travel 15 to 20 miles in a day in the mountains, address every obstacle without stopping, and go. And if you have a horse that's not moving, you're never going to make it back to camp. Now, if a horse refuses to do an obstacle, but he does all the other obstacles beautifully, even though that person's score may be higher, it cannot place over a horse that did all the obstacles. Because a perfect mountain trail horse gets you back to camp. Now, the reason that rule came up, there was a mule named Katie. Katie was an amazing mule that could do everything. Katie had one problem. She would not cross a bridge. They were in Idaho. They had to cross the Snake River. They were a mile from camp. Katie would not go over that bridge. They had to go clear back the whole way in the dark because Katie went across the bridge. Katie came and was introduced to me, and now Katie loves bridges. But that's the reason why a horse that doesn't do all the obstacles cannot place over a horse that did them all, even though their score is higher. Now, we see this young lady right here, and she was off center when she entered, so that would be considered a minus. Try that again. So she needs to be in the center, even though she's not. See how she's off center? So that's going to be a minus. In order, there you go. You've got to build your bubble. There we go. So then we lost 1 point when we came out because we didn't go one horse length straight. But since I was in the way, of course, we didn't go. Now, if this horse, let's do the swinging bridge right here real quick for you. Now, if this horse walks up, acknowledges the bridge without breaking gait, that will be an automatic plus. But it broke gait, so it cannot plus. It has to move. That would be a 0, which is good. A 0 is always good, and that would be a 0, 0. So in order to plus an obstacle, that horse has got to come up, acknowledge that obstacle with his head, but he cannot break gait. So that would be a plus. He has to acknowledge it, getting off, and that would be a plus until I came off to my left, which would be, I went from a wow to an ow. That would be a -1. I came off to my left. Right here, that would be a nice forward go. She had 2 ticks. That would be -1, -1/2 for every tick. Now, she picks up a trot. Where are you going to trot to? Okay. Now, she's got to trot and break at the log and walk in. That would be a plus. Head is down. Very nice. That would be a 0, 0. +1 is the entry and a 0, 0. Very nicely. Trot up to the teeter-totter and come across that for me if you would, please. So that would be a 0 there because it broke gait. And that would be a -1 on exit. We had a change of speed. That would be called a rush off, so that would be a -1. Go ahead and trot up to the little balance beam, please. Give me a trot. She's got to come on straight. Now, this is really hard for the English riders to grab the buckle sometimes. It was very difficult for my wife. Came in nice, and we will plus that. Very good. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, now these guys are all warmed up, and we're going to have them start the patterns. First of all, my wife, which person do you want to start with? Okay, I want my in-hand people first. The rest of you, come on. Why don't you stand at the other end of the arena? I want my 2 in-hand people to do this. Wanda. Oh my gosh. Okay, I cannot remember your name. Becky, Chimi, Kirkus, Becky, I've known you forever. Okay, Wanda and Becky, I want you to go ahead, Becky, start first on a pattern. I'm going to judge you out loud. In Italy, for the Italian nationals, I actually judge out loud so people can see what we're expecting. It's a new discipline. All the shows have to have certified IMTCA judges. FEI flew me over to Italy. We did a judging clinic for 54 of their judges. Okay, go ahead. And Becky, you forgot to acknowledge me. You have to acknowledge the judge. Okay. Okay, she's going to go here she's going to do the walkthrough. So we have a 0 entry. And we're going to 0 the body and -1 on the exit. She came off to her left. -1 off center. -1 off center and a -1/2 for the exit. She came back basically center, but not quite the horse length. Now that will be a 0. That's very nice. I didn't hear any ticks, so that would be a 0, 0. And that's going to be a minus 50 for a stop, a potty break. Okay, now she's going for the box. Plus 1. 0, 0. That would be a minus 1 and 1/2, not 1 horse length straight, not centered. 0 minus 1 for the exit, went off to your right. So centered and straight, 1 horse length is everything. Minus 1. See how the horse is cockeyed? Came back. Break a gate. Minus 1. Off to your left, minus 1. Taking a good look at the mud. So we have a little bit. I'm going to minus 1/2 on the entry. I'm going to plus 1 on the exit. Dropped his head and walked off very nicely. Okay, next person. Very nice, Becky. Give her a hand. Excellent. Yes, a 0 is good. So the scoring systems broke down 2 points for the entry, 5 points for the body, 2 points for the exit. So if you get a 0 on the entry, that means you got all 2 points. If you get a 0 on the body, that means you got all 5 points. If you get a 0 on the exit, that means you got all 2 points for the exit. Each obstacle is broke down in thirds, so you need to be in the center third. Okay, she's going to start out on the box. Plus 1. She's going to do the 360. So we have a minus 1 off center and a 0 exit. Did you see how she was off to the left side of the box? So that would be a minus, but a 0 exit. She came back to the center. 0 on the entry here. She's going to do a back off, I think. And on that back off, when they come around, we want to see them immediately move into the backward motion for a plus. So that will 0, but not a plus. And it's getting so competitive, you've got to get some pluses to be in the placings. And we have a minus 1 on the exit. Why? She was not straight. 1 horse length. Okay, she's going in the difficult way. And that will 0, 0. Minus 1. She had 2 ticks, each one minus 1/2 so far. Now she comes back in. Now center is between the 2 of them. If you want a plus, you have to walk over step and step. Very close. There we go. And that was a plus exit. Very nice. So we had a minus in the body, minus 1. So now she's going to come up sideways and turn. So we had a 0, but then we had a minus 1 on the exit. She failed to go straight 1 horse length. She cut off to her right. We're always looking for judges. We have judging schools almost always. Okay, this is a tough one. You have to walk up from the side. Now back part of the way. And your patterns are given to you depending on your level, whether you're level 1, 2, or 3. And this time she came down with a 0 on the exit. Very nice. That was better. Now she's going to go for the teeter-totter. So she lost a plus because he hesitated. So in order to do the side pass down the teeter-totter, takes a little time. Now, I want every one of you here to know. And they saw it at the 11 o'clock presentation. All of you can do this. All these horses can do this. People will walk in, my horse will never do that. And I say, give me your horse. Because that's what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. And your visualization will say you can't do, and guess what? You won't be disappointed. You can't do it. You must believe in the horse. And if you believe in the horse, you'll be amazed on what they will do for you. They will die for you. +1. See how he dropped his head? Never broke gait. Very nice. We have a plus going here, if he can maintain it, and a +1 for the body, and a 0 for the exit. Well, we kind of lost a point there for the mud. Doggone it. -1. We went from a wow to an ow. We just got rid of a W. Okay, she's going for the side pass. I forgot to show you that little, no, he did side pass with my horse. So we're going to 0 that, but -1 on the X. Oh, she's keep going. Okay. Little crooked there. We have to give him points, though, for being cute, don't we? Someone asked if this was just a young quarter horse. I said, uh-huh. Thank you, Wanda. Very good. Very good. Okay, now let's start a pattern with our English rider. Do you know your pattern? She does, of course. She's going to do level 2. Perfect. That means she's going to be trotting between the obstacles. The level of difficulty begins greatly when you pick up the speed, especially the cantaloupe. Okay, she's coming across, and then she will be coming up to figure 8. Okay, I'm going to park my horse right here. I'm not going to move. So she has to start out with a trot on a figure 8. We like to see a nice forward working trot. A nice forward working trot. We want to go somewhere. We want to cover ground. Now she's going to be coming to the swinging bridge. She comes on very nicely. She zeroes that out. And that would be a -2. We feel that if you drop 1 foot off an obstacle, you're going to live. If you drop 2 feet off, that means you died. But you can get back on and get your exits. Only discipline, you can be resurrected. Okay, there you go. So that would be a -1 on the exit. That would be considered a rush off, not a jump off. There's a big difference there. She, on the trot, she will 0 that out so far. She's looking good. Now she's got to break 2. So she cannot get a wow because she broke gait. And she's a little crooked there, so she came in with a ½ a point off and came off with 1- on the exit. Did you see how you came off to your left? And she's -1 on the entryway because she's not on the center of the box. She did a 90, and then she walks over. And we have a lack of forward go. So when you know the rules in this, you don't have to wonder, I wonder how the judge will score that. You just know if you break forward motion in level 2, and she's -1 on the entry here, 0 on the body, -1/2 on the exit. A nice working trot here. I like it. Breaks down. There we go. Oh, I went from a wow to an ow. That would be considered a rush on. And with a little more practice, with a little change of her seat, we can change that and put her into the plus category. A very nice seat and a nice rider, straight, and she lost a point right there. She went off to the right. So we have just little things to work on that we can clean this rider up, and she's going to be doing fantastic. Now, I'm going to have you go back and do one thing for me on those cross logs there. I'm going to give you a little option. I want you now to grab the buckle and let loose rein. Look what happens. Now go forward. Drop your hand. Trust your horse. Forward motion. Use your legs to steer. Now, look at the change. Now, collect your reins up. There you go. So what you have to learn as an English rider is you're going to have to learn to release and trust. For if you don't learn to release and trust, you will never have a horse you can trust. So you have to release so they can get their head down and they're not going to disappoint you. So when you come up to that teeter-totter, what I'm going to want to see you do is you're going to have to release yourself a little bit. You're going to have to grab the buckle. Come on, Checkers. And just drop the hand and let it come down. You're going to have to trust that horse. Come on, Checkers. She was coming here. Wrong way, bridge out. Okay? So those are the little things that are going to help you. It's the little things that will take you from the winner's circle or to the, not placing. It's the little things. And this is a discipline, a finesse in horsemanship. And so it's minute that'll get you. But very nice ride. Give her a hand. Excellent. Well done. Okay, well done. Okay, Sydney, give me your pattern. Let's see what you got. Level 2. And what are you? I'm the judge. What are you going to do? I'm the judge. What are you going to do? You got to acknowledge me. You betcha. If you don't acknowledge the judge, you will lose your horsemanship points. And you will never be competitive if you lose your horsemanship points. I'm going to go stand right over here where I'm not in the way. Checkers, don't eat those flowers. Don't eat the shrubs. There we go. We're just going to stand here and chill, Checkers. You go through here? Well, that's unacceptable. How did you do that? Where do you go? I didn't look at your pattern. Okay, I'm going to stand right here. I'll get out of your way. I think I'm out of her way. So you will be given a pattern. The patterns will always be posted at least 2 weeks before the show. So you're not going to be wondering what pattern will I run it. And lets you practice and come up. Okay, she came up. That was a very nice. That was a 0. A nice transition. She's off center, so she lost a point there. She's turning around in the center, but she got off center on her turn. Do you see where she was on this end? So she lost 1 point in the body and a 0 exit. Coming up here, she got to come up center and straight. And she went to a 0. She came up fine. Oh, you lost a point there, didn't you? Darn. -1. Nicely done on the backup. With a little practice, we're going to put that into the plus category. Right there, we had a 0, and we had a disaster there. But we had a smile, so it's all okay. If I could get someone to just come down in the audience and roll that post back, I'd really appreciate that. There we go. Came right up. Now, for level 2, we're going to want to see you break at the teeter-totter for your transition. And that was a -1 there. You did not come in straight, Sydney. We got to get all those little details here. We're going to have to. There we go. Now we got centered. Very good. And the turnaround. Oh, no. Well, I guess that was just a 90. We're going to say it's a 90. So she zeroed it out. See, you guys don't know whether she's right or wrong, so we'll just assume she's right, right? That's a great thing about demos. They don't know if we screw up or not. There we go. That is nice. That was a nicely done. You came off to your right. You've got to finish your pattern. Use those legs, not those hands. So we're coming up to this. Whoa. Just broke a little bit there on the corner, and that would cost you in a show. Very nice there. 1 tick minus 1/2. Because a perfect trail horse doesn't knock his feet against obstacles because it's not a perfect trail horse. You'll be walking home after it becomes lame. So you don't want him ticking the obstacles. Very nice there. So we got a 0 and a minus 1/2 on the body. Okay, we're going to have you run another pattern a little bit here. Okay, Kelly, now we're all going to be pulling for you because we've all been to a show where we wondered, where did this horse come from? Okay, so there we go. So we're all going to be pulling for you. You're going to do a pattern 1. That shows good horsemanship and lots of wisdom. By the way, for membership and information about IMTCA, my wife is here. Where are you, Lee? Lee, there you are. My wife is up in the corner there. We have books up there. We sold quite a few of them in the first deal, but she's up there. She'll tell you about IMTCA and the membership and the different courses. Most of them are all listed on our website. Okay, Kelly, go ahead. Kelly is one of our IMTCA judges. Now, Kelly, why did he do the obstacle for me today and not you? Go ahead, keep going. So, she is right. Everyone's looking. I just said, get your tail in gear, but so, now, I'll show you something that can I see your horse for 1 second, Kelly? I'll show you what I would do with a horse that started to act up, especially in training. Pilgrim, do something that you never do. Stay there. No, I'm not going to get on him. I would get off of him. Go ahead and hop off. Yeah, I'm not going to hop. Okay, goodbye, Checkers. Yeah, hop off your horse real quick. I'm not going to get on him. My horse just left me. You picked a fine time to leave me, Checkers. Okay, so I would simply get off this horse and say, Bubba, it's just not going to cut it today. You can do this easy way or hard way. Now, this little horse is being what we call naughty. So, naughty, naughty, spank, spank. Now, you can come back and do it. That lady cares for you. You get 3 good meals a day and a clean bed every night. It's more than I get. And free health care. Now you can kind of step up the plate and help her out. Thank you. One more time, Pilgrim. Now, what else was he having trouble with, Kelly? Everything. I'm going to show you a little secret. Horse, let me tell you, there's a time to look at the ladies and there's time to do your job. Right now, you can do your job. Now, you know what a horse whisperer is? A horse whisperer does this. Come here, guy. I need your ear. They eat horses in Mexico. Okay, get on this horse. You can do it. Now, I'm going to walk with you as you do this since my horse left me. Which, yeah. You are. Kelly is actually a great trainer. She just has a horse that's just been started, and he's being a little bit naughty. Okay, let's go back to the balance beam. Don't worry about his face. Just get him over there. We just need him to renegotiate his contract. Okay? Give him time to look. Now go. Get your tail over there. Now you walk over that crossbucks, which he's been just a little twerp about. I could pick up a clump of dirt. That's a natural product. Pitch at his butt. That's a natural horsemanship. Now you get over here. You come right over here, Kelly. You get your tail through there, buddy. Drop your reins. Give him his head. Now you come over this swinging bridge, which he told you, no way. We're going to have this. This is kind of come Jesus meeting. We need a conversion here. Maybe a Billy Graham crusade. Go forward and repent. Now I'm hungry and you're looking like food. Here, look at that. Just focus him forward. Now, go do the balance beam again. Just walk right over there. Tell him that this is not an option. Get up there. Now, we talked about instinct at 11 o'clock. There you go. Very nice. Okay, that wouldn't score well, but we schooled well. I like that. What else was he having trouble with? Everything? Now, give him a little loose rein. Trust him. Okay. Now, do you want to try the water box that he wouldn't do? Of course he can do that. He did it this morning for me. Now, you're going to try once, and then we're going to take it to one different deal. Yep, go a long way. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you guys something very interesting that we talked about instinct. This is not really part of IMTCA. It's more training. Give me one rein. Now, this guy at this point can feel my heartbeat.
Does yours feel better than mine?
Uh-huh. Okay, yep, go ahead and get off, because you're thinking, if this horse jumps 10 miles, I really don't want to come off. Is that kind of your thought? Okay, I just got rid of one heartbeat. Now, this horse is going to say no. I'm going to say, naughty, naughty, spank, spank. Come back here. Let's give this another thought. Look at that. Okay, don't get me all muddy. Thank you. Arr. They will so pick up on your focus. A new setting for a horse. He's young. He's like, what happened? He feels that anxiety of that heartbeat, and that is what you get. So how do you deal with it at a show? You say, okay, I'm going to take my losses. You can't really do that. But just get off instead of making a situation bad. Just get off, take what you can, make it a learning experience, and walk away with a smile. And that's what Kelly is really impressing me with. She's willing to say, it is what it is. Good job. Good job. Okay, Sydney, here we go. One more pattern. Which pattern are you going to run? Huh? Or you have a level 2? or 3? 2. Okay, a level 2. Here we go. You can give me the same pattern if you want, because I'm going to pick it apart. What time is it? 2 o'clock? Okay. So you can go ahead, one more pattern, Kelly, or Sydney. Yes. Oh, yes, I want a level 3 for sure. Okay, Sydney, let's do a level 2 real fast. I want a level 3. And actually, we're not off to Italy next. We're actually off to Equine Affair next, believe it or not. Okay, thanks. Okay, she's going to do a level 2, and then Wanda, come on, Pilgrim. Wanda's going to do a level 3 in hand. Level 3 in hand gets really fun.
So, Mark, is Equine Affair in Boston? Is that like in the next week or so?
Yeah, Springfield, Massachusetts, in I think 2 weeks. And then we're home for a week, and then we're off to Italy from November 17th to December 2nd. And then somewhere we're off to Israel, I think. Here we go, right up there. Okay, nice and straight. Go, 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 go. You just lost your wow because you broke. Keep it going, keep it going. Keep in the middle on the turn. Much better this time. This time I can, oh man, that was close. Okay, I went from a plus to, okay, I'll minus at 1/2 because we hung a foot. You know, she didn't put it over, but she can't plus it. That was a nice entry there. Didn't break gate. Nice forward go. Not such a rush off this time. That was nice. We will 0 that. Then Wanda, are you ready? As soon as this one's finished. Nice there. No break a gate at all. Very nice. Sydney's also been working very hard on bridleless. Proud of her. There you go. Now, what we got to work on is getting that horse's head down. We don't really want to go down, do we? Oh, man, she had to go in tight. I'm not going to fault you because I was standing right in your way, and I knew you would have been perfect. Oh, that's a tough one there. Those of you who have ridden it know how tough that one is. That was a nice transition there. We're looking for the transition at the obstacle. And 1, 2, 3, 4 feet down and pick up the trot. Now, very nice there. There's your plus. There's your plus. There's your plus. It's pretty difficult to get 3 pluses, but very nice. Excellent. Okay, Wanda. In hand, level 3. Here we go. Come on, my Mason. Oh,
Mark,
give me a pattern.
Are we seeing all of the obstacles, or is just a sample of the obstacles? Could there be other things?
Yes, this is just a sample. This is all we can cram into here. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a cake box, which is my favorite. It's a series of layers. There's a zillion patterns you can do in that. And then on the permanent courses, we have faces and walls. Our wall at home, I think, is about a 13-foot drop. The face is about the same, but your first drop is 4 or 5 feet. We have never met an atheist at the top of those. They're all talking to God. And some of them, I tell them, I think I would change my tone. I don't care whether you're an Olympic rider or not. When you come cantering up to something like that and you have to drop down, it makes you, this is, for you trainers, this is the single best thing to teach equitation of any discipline I've ever seen. Because if you make a mistake, you pay for it. If you don't trust your horse on the balance beam, you want to peek over and look, you fall off. Yeah, if you walk down the wall and you don't keep your heels down, you and the horse don't go down together. As simple as that. Yeah, if you canter over, drop off into water and you're not sitting proper, guess what? It's not a good sign. So it's equitation in this discipline is everything. It's form to function. Okay, Wanda, go ahead. Wanda's going to make up a pattern here. Wanda has been, we have people that are so good at this. Wanda used to be unbeatable, and then everyone got working their tail off so they could beat Wanda. And now she is about 50-50. Don't eat the roses. Look at that. Never even went out. Wow. Very nice. Mason made a 4.5-day trip just for you to see what you're seeing. Now this is another obstacle in the pattern. Walk around. You can do it feet up, front feet up, or hind feet up. And she's dead center and walks off. That would be about. Now she has a little advantage since she's a little shorter on coming out one horse length straight. Now what's really fun about this discipline is as more courses, permanent courses get built, like the one we have in Maryland, there at Clarksburg, the one at Syracuse, the one here up by Canton, all these, it gives you more options to go from show to show. Look at this, you guys. Oh, if you knew how hard that was to train, you'd be amazed. Look at that. A 90 and step off. And the 360 together. Very nice. Okay, what happened here? We lost a point there. She didn't come up straight. But she's got a nice turn going. And we'll zero the body. A mean judge would give a -1/2 because we had 1 foot part over, and she lost 1 point coming off because she was not 1 horse length straight. Here we go. There we go. Nice. We like a little more forward go, but this is smooth. There we go, Mason.
Hello.
Good job. This little pony thinks he's 18 hands. And he will rule the big horses when he's with them. He is the
I
alpha
also run the lectures
gelding.
and demos, so I am in Cooper Arena right now, but your succulents are right there if you want to pick them up, or I will be back there within a half hour.
There we go. And the 360. The minis have harder patterns because they're amazing. What does she have for us here on the swinging bridge? Coming up. Yeah, the end hand classes are highly popular. It's not uncommon to see 40 or 50 of them in a class. And they're just getting better and better and better. But this is for the average horse, recreational rider. We can all do this. Or you can have $1 million jumper out here doing it. My wife's dressage horse is phenomenal at it. It's beautiful to watch him. And it's been great for his mind. Good job, Wanda. Thank you much. Now, at 11 o'clock, I opened it up for questions. But here, ask us anything you want about the association, about memberships, about the courses, or even about the training. Any questions you have. And I'll be here too. I'll be here so you can talk to me, answer me, whatever. Question, anyone? I guess we